I was an original UUMN member, so I went to the first meeting at First and Second Church in Boston, which I think is '83.
And I started last year as a presenter. I gave a scout workshop at the Portland conference, and that's how I got into UUMN.
My job's only been around for 3 years, and that was one of the things they wanted us, our church, to be more a part of the national network.
It sort of was a whole whirlwind experience at GA. I just sort of sent in the direction to scope out UUMN and discovered this whole world of opportunity. And so I just joined.
The minister where I work said, "Oh, you need to join the UUMN or the UUMN," which I had no idea what that was, but she did it for me. So I started getting 1 million emails a day, and I was in.
Once you sign up to be on the list, you can send an email out and it'll go out to everybody else who's on the list, hundreds of people.
And everybody on the list gets to see a copy of that email and that question. And it's a really powerful tool for finding music, for asking questions about anything.
Any emergency, I've got to have an anthem for Sunday, and I have one rehearsal.
The various issues we deal with the singers and the lack of singers. And
then I also like just hearing what's going on with everybody else. Who else is going through things, growth, decline. You know, we had a great concert.
I have access to a whole bunch of people who do what I do, and people who've gone where I am trying to go.
And so it's wonderful. I don't have to feel like I have to be constantly out there searching the internet for information. The UUMN brings it to me.
And I think it's one of the best assets of membership in the UUMN. And as one of my friends addresses it when she opens a question, "Oh, great assemblage of knowledge, I come with a question." That's what it is.
And then, of course, you come to the conferences and put faces behind the email addresses you've been communicating with for all these months.
I remember my first conference just being stunned at the diversity, that there were workshops from how to sing Bach properly.
Workshops about music as a community ministry.
Workshops that emphasize congregational singing or singing with children.
Talking about working not with just a children's choir, but also with the whole children's RE.
Integrating instruments into worship. The UU Troubadours workshop.
Hymns related to grief processing.
Cross-cultural engagement.
And how to play our harmonica. And that breadth was stunning to me. I didn't realize that these things were here.
Oh God, I remember the first choral reading session that I did with this group, and the sight reading was so great.
The thrill of sight reading through all these pieces with a bunch of really good musicians, you know, that's just killer.
More than all the business and networking reasons, this is why I would attend again.
And to try to pick something from just a title or a picture of the cover or even a snippet of the lyrics, to me doesn't work. I have to really hear it.
You know, I just sit with my pencil and decide that this would be good for this choir or that choir.
And then it was also fun to meet these composers too, to get to know Cliff Harden and Jason Sheldon and all these people who, you know, you've just had their work in your hands.
As a composer, I loved people to come up and say, "We've done this piece of yours, we loved it, my choir loved it."
What's really helpful to me was watching the master conducting class, because I am a beginning person in the conducting area.
A really experienced and highly trained conductor who offers master classes, so you can have a one-on-one lesson with them, or observe if it's too intimidating to have a lesson by yourself.
In these last several years, I've been clinicked by some of the biggest names in choral conducting.
Ken Knopfziger, who's a Mennonite, was the clinician for the week. He was off the charts wonderful.
And Brian Tate and Esai Barnwell, because the focus was about congregational singing.
And it was so great to sort of watch other people and listen to Rodney Eichenberger sort of bring them along and make suggestions, and I could take so much back to my church.
Network is a really good name for this organization.
So it's great to come to a conference and see and network with people that do this, that get you, and that are thinking about the same things, that are struggling with the same issues.
The UU Musicians Network is there to professionalize the music that is part of our worship.
And I was struck by the fact that every situation is so amazingly unique.
I can network with people who are more my peers in terms of professional music, and I'm an orchestral conductor, as well as my peers in choral music, because I also do that, and also professional singers, because I'm also a professional singer.
It's really good for me to be together with people whose programs are similar to mine, in other words, large church programs.
We have no paid staff members, and we have no directors of religious education. We do not have a minister. Everything is lay-led.
It won't take long. It's just like high school. You'll find the people that share common interests.
Everyone is very friendly. No one's phony. Everybody says hi. Everybody's meeting up and going out for gelato or going out for coffee. Or
that's a big part of UUMN is that you develop this network of people that become very dear to you.
That I know I have all these friends and colleagues with whom I can talk and bounce ideas off of, ask questions, and cry on their shoulder when I need to.
It's why we do it. Where is our heart connection with our work, and how can we share and tune into all of our colleagues' heart connection at the same time? And for me, that's the greatest reason for coming together.
I think my favorite part is when we all get here and we have the opening evenings ceremony, and when we all sing, like the first thing we sing is so amazing.
And I remember the first conference I came to, we were going to sing a hymn that I didn't really like, and I thought it was a little bit dull, but I was sitting in the middle of all these 200 singers, and we started to sing the hymn in 4-part harmony, and it blew me away, and I thought, I never knew that hymns could sound this good.
I love worship with other singers. It's such a different experience.
And just to sit in the pew and not have to be in charge of the service.
Because I am so often involved in presentation and making certain that the next thing is going to happen, that it's really hard for me to get in space to truly worship. So while I enjoy singing and singing in community, quite often I find myself here just sitting and listening and being a worshiper.
To me, this is my most spiritual, my most profound experience of the year is always at UUMN.
And it really is energizing, especially to come, after a very busy church year and to have that time to get some energy back from your colleagues.
It's like a year of your life in a week at these conferences.
In a way, I wish that our church year was starting sooner than September, because I get so many ideas from this place and I just want to run back and start.
I think I should bring the whole choir next year. That's what I think we should do. Everybody come. Just think what kind of a year we would have.
I think UUMN has something for everyone. Be you a music committee member, if you're the pianist, or if you're the occasional volunteer.
This is just the greatest thing that you could do for the music director and the music program, and therefore for the worship and the spiritual life of your congregation.
We're like this big web spread out over everywhere we are, and there are UUMN members all over this continent. And it's kind of a neat feeling to be a part of that group that is making music every Sunday.